Thank you, Dave. Well, it's the latest feature to appear on the Las Vegas Strip. The High Roller broke a world record when it opened last summer, beating out the London Eye as the world's tallest observation wheel. I was on it last year. Our own Gadget Guy Mike Yawney went up to the top to find out the technology behind the wheel and the safety measures in place to ensure no one gets stranded high above the Strip.
It has become a focal point on the Las Vegas Strip. Rising 550 feet in the air, the High Roller is the world's largest observation wheel.
We changed the skyline of Las Vegas, and when at night, when we light the wheel up and do light shows on board, you can see it from anywhere in the valley, 20 miles away.
But the views from above is what gets people talking. 40 people can fit inside each of the 28 cabins that are constantly rotating as the giant wheel moves. If they didn't, you'd be upside down once you reach the top.
Our stabilization system is so unique and so well tuned that we could have 40 guests stand on one side of the cabin and go rushing across, and the stabilization system keeps it perfectly still. You wouldn't even notice it.
Each cabin is filled with sensors detecting elevation, position, and temperature. There are 8 tons of air conditioning on board each one to cut the desert heat. But there's one thing you won't find on board.
What if you have to go to the washroom?
We recommend that before you go.
The High Roller is designed just like a giant bicycle wheel. You have the outer rim here that's connected to the hub and the spindle way down there through a series of 112 spokes. Now each spoke has about 115,000 pounds of pressure keeping the outer rim in place. If you take a close look at those spokes, you'll see a spiral pattern. That is there to prevent whistling when the wind blows through.
And those spokes are key, keeping everything together.
And they will actually agitate the cable and measure the variance and know exactly to the pound what they're tuned at.
To get a sense of just how big the wheel is, you need to venture to the bottom.
I'm standing at the base of the High Roller. This is one of the legs. Now, 270 feet up, way up there, is the hub and spindle. There's a lot of technology inside there. So how do maintenance workers get up to make sure everything is running smoothly? Well, there's only one way. It's through here. This you gotta see.
A series of more than 50 ladders that lead up to the spindle. Up there it's dark and greasy, and my cameraman is scared of heights, so we opt to stay at the base. Here we find 8 drive units, 10,000 horsepower keeping the wheel moving. The High Roller runs off 2 separate power grids. If the wheel loses power, it automatically switches to another source. And if that doesn't work, the wheel can be moved manually to make sure no one gets trapped on board. As a safety precaution, each cabin has secret compartments filled with supplies.
We have supplies that will eliminate some of the Las Vegas sun during the summer. We have water on board. We have first aid kits, automatic defibrillators.
And yes, even a camp-style toilet. Fortunately, since opening last year, the wheel hasn't stopped turning. The safety measures and technology continue to keep riders safe as they take in the breathtaking sights, an experience that can only be found in Las Vegas. For Breakfast Television, I'm Mike Yawney.
That wheel is huge.
It is massive, and you can see forever.
Cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Mike Yawney is going to be at the Consumer Electronics Show again today. Reporting back tomorrow. Just having fun in Vegas. Saw Steve Miller last night.
You never know who's going to show up in Vegas.
You never know.